Hey man, so you know how I told you about AirPods Pro 2 a few days ago? They were gonna be game changing, biggest update ever, major new features. I'm sorry for gaslighting you. Yo, what's up guys? Sam Cole here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing hope you're doing great, but you've missed these moves. Listen, we got a few stories to talk about today, but I've got to start off with AirPods Pro 2 because I just feel like I have to correct the record. And I am genuinely sorry because the last video I made, we had some information. And this video, we have new information from a better source. See, the last time we talked about AirPods Pro 2, we saw these images from 52 Audio, who generally has a very good track record. Not only did they share exciting details, like there's an upgraded processor on the inside, and the tech from AirPods 3 is coming to AirPods Pro 2, and most importantly, how the case is going to be completely revamped with a speaker and microphone. Well, there were a few details that caught everybody's attention a little bit more than that. Like that AirPods Pro 2 not only are going to have a heart rate sensor in the pods that can measure your heartbeat, but that they would also have a temperature sensor, so it could inform you if you were running a fever or there was a dramatic change in your temperature that you should get checked out. So Mark Gurman obviously heard about this, checked with his sources, and gave us the news in return, which is really good and also absolutely horrible. Really good news being that Apple is actually working on this. They are exploring a heart rate sensor in a headphone. They are looking into temperature sensing through your ear with future AirPods. They are not doing that on AirPods Pro 2, according to the report. So the time that I told you they were doing that in like a few months, the heartbeat sensor, the temperature, this chair's supposed to spin faster. I don't know what's going, that's weird. It just disappeared. See, this is the worst thing about rumors, right? Is that we have information that is from a credible source one week, and then somebody even better is like, hey, actually, nah, fam. So yeah, it's a huge nah, fam, for the really cool features in AirPods Pro 2, but that doesn't take away from the stuff that is coming. I mean, keep in mind, we are still getting the new case. We are getting some sound upgrades. They are going to be a fundamentally better product than before. It's, just, I should have known. When they say something's too good to be true, it probably is. That phrase has always been true in my life, and I mean, yeah, I'm gonna believe Mark Gurman over 52 Audio. But there is some silver lining here. In the same report, Mark Gurman says that these are still releasing this year. So AirPods Pro 2 should be coming later this fall, which will make it 3 years since we first saw AirPods Pro. Like, this has been a lot of time in the making. There were some concerns that with the supply chain and other issues that Apple is facing as a company, they could be delayed. Really, the only thing not coming this year is that health sensor. That'll be actually saved for the Apple Watch. More on that in a minute. But hey, shortstop, look on the bright side. If you subscribe to Apple Music as a student right now with one of the introductory plans, you get free Beats Flex. Woohoo! We love Beats Flex. Look at those babies shine. This is called coping. Let's move on to the next story, which is about... What is it? What is it about? Hold on, I'm gonna think of it. Just you wait. No, I've got all day. I've got all day. What was it about? Let's move on to the next story, which is about a new iMac Pro. Okay, this is a big deal for somebody like me who's
a professional, something you wouldn't know anything about, you little non-professional. I bet you use the regular iPhone, don't you? Yeah, I can tell.
No, joking aside, it just feels like there's a gap in Apple's lineup where, they have the Mac Studio, which is a desktop. It's great. Like, I like mine, but you have to get a display separately, and a lot of people just want the iMac. I mean, why am I describing why the iMac exists? It's an all-in-one, and while they have the 24-inch, there's no larger option. It's just weird that Apple consciously made the decision to discontinue the 27-inch Intel-based iMac without a proper iMac replacement. Again, there is the Mac Studio and a display, but as far as an all-in-one, the only option Apple sells is the iMac 24-inch, which has the base M1 chip. It's not even on M2 yet. Well, Mark Gurman at this point is tripling down on the fact that this larger iMac is in active development at Apple, even though other sources have come out specifically and said Apple's not working on it. Gurman is so sure. He keeps emphasizing, no, 100% this iMac's coming. And his evidence is largely what we talked about, how there is a gap in Apple's current lineup that doesn't suit a wide variety of customers. And he also talks about how inside are going to be M3 Pro and M3 Max chips. And I know you're like, wait a second there. What's the M3 chip? Yeah, so that's a little bit away, which is why all of this makes sense, right? We've been talking about this iMac Pro for a while. This doesn't happen. This doesn't come. That's because I don't think it's coming anytime soon. This iMac Pro is in development. Apple's working on it, but I don't think they're going to put M2 Pro and Max in it later this year. I think it's going to be M3 Pro and Max later 2023 or 2024 as well. My point being, it's going to be some time, so don't hold your breath because I don't want this to be, listen, I've tried it, it didn't go well. All right, and last thing I want to talk about today is the Apple Watch Series 8, the trusty steed that I wear on my wrist. We've actually got some really good news for it. Even though we learned recently that it wouldn't have a new processor yet again, and that I feel like that is genuinely stifling innovation and betterment of the product, well, there is something that Apple is continuing to better, and that is the display. Not only has Mark Gurman talked about the screens getting upgraded in some way, potentially getting brighter in his latest newsletter, we have heard from Ross Young, who is the most accurate Apple source of all time. The displays, at least on one model, are going to get up to 5% larger. Apple said to be going from 1.91 to 1.99 inches diagonally, which doesn't sound like a lot, right? Again, it's just about 5%. But you have to remember, 5% on a screen that's already that small, you'll probably actually be able to notice it. The thing is, I don't think this is happening on all models. I think that one model that it is going to be happening on is the all-new rugged Explorer / Adventure Edition Apple Watch. It's gonna have the squared off edges, a completely new screen in the first place that will be flat, and an all new design. And I have to say, the more I see it, the more it grows on me. I also just feel like rugged, jagged edges on a piece of jewelry might not be as comfortable, which is why I don't think they're gonna make this the default design on all watches. I am convinced 100% that these squared off edges are going to be more rugged. They'll be more durable, just like the squared off edges on the iPhone. I mean, Apple has been promoting the strong durability of the newer iPhone 12s and 13s for a couple of years now, which is because they are really durable. I mean, I've dropped this phone a few times and there's a few cracks in the corner you probably can't see. You don't have to zoom in. You don't have to show that they're right there and that I regret everything getting out of that Uber. Things would have been a lot worse if this wasn't squared off. So Apple, bring that to the watch. Screen getting 5% larger. It sounds like the watch of interest. The big change this year is gonna be on the Explorer Edition. And there's more good news for the Apple Watch Series 8 as well. The temperature sensor, just pending final internal testing, it should be moving forward. So even though Apple won't be putting that on the newest pair of AirPods Pro 2, the Apple Watch Series 8, guys, it is actually happening. It is getting a temperature sensor. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and I always forget to mention this. There's a new podcast out now. Check out the new episode of Genius Bar down below. New episodes every week. It's absolute fire, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one, and thanks for rocking with me. You guys are the best. This is your latest Apple news. Peace.